welcome back to my channel. I have another video today. First off, I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there who's watching me. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you're new to my channel, thank you for clicking on and subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment down below. That'll help me grow. And if you're returning, hey, I have a video today about how to make money hosting on Turo. I have some friends, they question me all the time. We talk about Turo, how I did it, some tips, requirements, all of that good jazz. I will be giving you some tips, suggestions, and requirements on how to host on Turo. If you're interested to make some extra out-of-pocket money, help get some, residual income. If you're interested, stay tuned for the video. All right, y'all. So again, I am cooking in this process. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers again out there. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Let me know if you did anything. Leave the comment down below. Tell me what y'all did. I want to hear y'all stories. But I'm going to talk about how to make some extra money on Turo. I have some experience. I started back when COVID happened, and I had a lot of stories. If you check out my previous story time, you will hear some stories I went through, and the do's and do not. Just check out that previous video of my Turo experiences. So let's get into it. So these requirements. You hear my neighbor? What is he doing? That might be his. I remember one time my washing machine was doing that noise. Maybe that's his washing machine. I hope y'all can't hear that, but I'm gonna proceed with this video. So what I'm gonna explain, these requirements are for the US only. And so I'm not sure about other countries, but this is for the US only. Let me look at y'all here. So the first requirement I will tell you is the vehicle have to be registered in your name, right? And it has to meet all the legal requirements. So again, it has to be registered to you. It cannot be a temporary plate. It cannot be a dealership license plate. It has to be a permanent license plate. So that would be like the first step. And the second requirement would be no box trucks, no limos, no motorhomes, no RVs, any vehicle that can hold passengers like more than nine passengers. It wouldn't meet the requirements for hosting on Turo. So those are the first two things. It has to be registered in your name. It has to have a permanent license plate, and it can't be like an RV or motorhome or no limos, right? If you have just a regular vehicle, you're pretty much good to go. So if you have those things, let's go to the next ones, the conditions of your vehicle. Your car cannot be no more than 12 years old unless it's like a classic vehicle or a specialty vehicle. Like like the old vintage vehicles, or if you have something like it's considered a classic vehicle or a specialty vehicle, it can be older than 12 years. So you do the math. If it's, do the math, 12 years, if it's like, no older than 12 years is good to go. And then the mileage. Their mileage limit is 130 miles. Now, this is just to post the car on Turo, right? If your vehicle has less than 130,000 miles, you can post it on the app for hosting. Once you get it posted and you start receiving bookings, it can surpass that 130,000 mile cap. But in order to have it posted on there, it has to be less than. And then the odometer, it has to be in working condition. It cannot be tampered with, and it has to be, have an accurate reading. Of course, that's with everything, right? And then the other requirement is the title status. The vehicle cannot have ever been declared a total loss. So it has to be a clean title, right? And it cannot be a rebuilt title. It has to be clean, no total losses, no rebuilt engines, none of that. It has to be a clean title. Well, it can have accidents or whatever, but it has to have a clean title. And then the value of the car. It has to have a fair market value of no greater than $200,000. So the last requirement would be the policy adherence. You have to have personal insurance to host your car on Turo, meaning you have to have car insurance, right? They do offer third-party insurance, which is what I used. Oh, I didn't even realize my title is backwards, but y'all, this says Miami, of course. I have my camera face backwards today, Miami, but that looks weird. I just seen that. But you have to have insurance, and they do offer a third party insurance. I used a third party insurance called Lula. That's Lula, and my premium every month was $88. And that it could have changed. That quote could have changed. It could have went up because I told you I started during COVID, so maybe like 2020 or 2021. Uh, that quote was $88. That's what we were paying all the way up until this year when we put the our account on hold. Anyway, you want to have insurance. So Lula is a third party insurance that you can look up, and that only covers the car when there's bookings. Like only if someone is renting the car, because Turo, you check in and you check out on the app, so Turo knows when there's a renter in your car. It's only covered for the duration of the time someone is renting the vehicle. So it can't. If nobody's renting that car, it wouldn't be covered unless you have like some other personal insurance like Progressive, Allstate, State Farm, or whatever. But if you're using like Turo third party insurance, it's only covered when renters are in the car. So that will be like the last requirements for the car. If you have all of those requirements, I think you are good to go. You can go ahead and try and get the process going and try and upload the information up to Turo. Now, y'all, I got all of the requirements out of the way, and then what I'm going to tell you is just some tips and recommendations. From my experience, I have some information I want to share so that if you decide to go ahead and try and make some extra money off of this, it will help you tremendously. So, my first tip will be to get a tracker, right? Because a tracker is very important. Like you get, first of all, it's self-explanatory. You can track your vehicle when someone has your car and they're renting it out. And I did forget to explain what Turo was. Turo is just an app where you can download and you can rent like local cars from people that stay in your area. It doesn't have to be like a big company like Enterprise or Hertz. They're regular people like you and I that can post our cars and you can rent them out, right? So that's what Turo is, first of all. And then, like I said, get a tracker. That's very important because if you go back to my story time, there's going to be like times where people play with you. They're going to play with you. I'm not, you do not take your car personal. Like everyone loved their car, but Turo is like a business essentially. It's like a fleet. It's a business. So do not fall in love with like your car on there. So when you have that tracker, you'll be able to see where the renter is going, how far they're going. You can see the stops, all type of things like that. It just gives you a peace of mind to know to keep up with your car. And then when things happen, you'll be able to look at it, relay information in case they have to put out, a theft. So yeah, get you a tracker, right? My next tip will be to buy yourself a vacuum. I can't tell you how many times it will save you a trip to the car wash. Like once you get your car posted on there and you do your big one and you set it up nice and make it look nice, add all of your accessories, you're gonna get bookings. You're gonna get bookings. You're gonna get bookings. And you do want to start off small. Like you will be able to set your daily rate. You're new. You want to start off small, right? So it depends on your area and what type of vehicle you have. If you have like an older vehicle, like in the years 2014, 2015, 17, 18, you might want to start with like $30 a day. If you have something more recent in years, you might want to start off with like $35 a day, maybe even like $40 a day. So you want to take it slow to build those bookings up and build, get you up in that Turo algorithm. Just like YouTube, they have an algorithm. So buy you a vacuum because you may get like 3 to 4 bookings a week, depending on how long these people book your vehicle. They can book it like a 1, 2, 3 days. You might get 3, 4 bookings, 2, 3 bookings a week. And you don't want to be driving to the car wash. You don't want to be driving to the car wash that many times a week. They're going to be coming like clockwork. Buy yourself a vacuum, a handy vacuum, like one of those vacuums you can go outside of your house and clean your car real fast before the next booking. Sometimes you might have a person return your car, let's say 6 p.m. in the afternoon, and it's up to you to put your time slots. You might receive another booking at 8 a.m., so that was it. You only give yourself like a our time frame. You don't have time to go drive to the car wash. You can go ahead, get yourself, wash your car down with your water hose really fast, and vacuum it out, right? So that's a good tip that I would say will save you a lot of time, a lot of hassle. Another tip I have is buying yourself seat covers. I can't explain how, like, it's just so germy having a lot of people in and out of your car like multiple times a week. Buy yourself dark color seat covers. I went on Amazon immediately and I bought black seat covers. I bought an armrest cover. You don't have to buy a steering cover. You could just wipe that down with some Lysol wipes or whatever. Um, and the reason I suggest that is because you can take them out often and then you can wash them, put them in a washing machine. You can clean out the vehicle often when you have seat covers because when you rent out your car, it holds a scent, y'all. Some people might smoke in your car. It could be cigarettes, marijuana, whatever. You don't know what they're doing in your car. So people be smoking in your car and just natural body odors, like the different people in and out of your car all the time. It just holds different body odors, right? So you want to be able to take out those seat covers, wash them out, refreshen them up, put them back in the car, and vacuum it out with your handy dandy vacuum and go on with your day. So that's what you want to do. Another tip I would have: put little items in the car for them. Renters appreciate it. They will most likely rent your vehicle out again if they like it. Put, like, when I mean little accessories and items, hand sanitizers. I keep the little hand sanitizers in the middle console of the car. So when the renters they in and out, they can just, disinfect their hands. I put little disinfectant wipes in there. Just little. I even had a Febreze bottle inside of the door in case, they want to freshen up throughout the day while they have the car. Little things like that matters and they really appreciate that. Another tip that I don't have on my list, but it really helped, and some of my renters they rebooked because of it. My boyfriend was recently doing Uber Eats, right? So when he did Uber Eats, he would collect menus from each and every one of those restaurants he picked up food from, and we put them inside of the Turo car. And we that's a great thing. People traveling to Miami, they're not familiar with the area. They can just Google restaurants or go on TikTok or whatever. But when you just have all these a plethora of local restaurants of menus, they can just simply go in your glove compartment, take a look, decide. Phone numbers, the menu is already there. You know what I mean? It's awesome. I had like a big book of like menus just stacked inside of the car. They really love that. It's just, it makes finding lunch, dinner, brunch, whatever, so easy. Um, I would definitely suggest that. People like to travel and eat all kind of things. So that helped out a lot. Um, I do, like, I don't never really meet my the people renting my car in person because I leave my key inside of the vehicle. I park it inside of my parking lot. I text the person, hey, the car is going to be parked here under this tree and this parking spot. And they usually just get inside of the car, get the key, and they'll send me a message on Turo telling me, hey, I got the car, and they're on their way. That's why you have your tracker, so that way you can just keep up with your car, see what's going on for the day. And it works just like that. Those were just some tips and suggestions I gave you all to help boost renters up and have, returning renters so you can keep your money flowing. This is the whole point of it. And I mentioned not having an emotional attachment to your car because people are gonna like use your car. When you have a rental, you go fast in it, you want to see all of the features in it. They don't really care about your car. People do not take care of things how they would take care their stuff. They're not going to take care of your car how they take care of their stuff. People just simply do not care. And also, with that being said, this is a business. This is a hustle. This is so you can have that extra income coming in. When you want to, my big mistake in starting Turo was getting a car. I had a 2016 Hyundai Sonata. The biggest mistake my boyfriend and I made was financing that car. We financed it. That was straight. It was cool or whatever. We made a bunch of money off of it. If you go back to the story time, you'll hear the story about what happened and how the account got disconnected from him. And now what, right? So now we were making the payments on the car using Turo every 2 weeks. You know, a car payment is due every month. But if you make a car payment every 2 weeks, it kind of cut down on the interest rate a little bit. So we were making car payments every 2 weeks on time because we were having those Turo bookings, right? But when we lost the account, guess what? Now we're stuck with this finance bill, which he's still paying off today. But we're gonna get it done. Do not get a finance car starting off on Turo. If you it works out for the most part. It works out, but when you never know what the future can hold. Anything can happen. You may lose your account, and then what? You're stuck with this finance car. So if you can, get a car cash. Get a car cash, so that way down the line, if anything goes wrong, you will not be stuck with car payments. Start off small. You don't need a extravagant vehicle. You need like a little small compact car. Even like I've had a couple vehicles on Turo. I even had a Mitsubishi Mirage. You know, that's a very small car. It had bookings. You can start off small like that. Just make sure it's running well because you have to pass your yearly inspection. That's simple. Once you get the car uploaded on the app, it's very simple. All of the steps, all of the requirements, you'll see all the different things you can do. You know, it's a very good thing. And I just made this video because a lot of people asked me about it, like a lot of friends, you know, during the process of my boyfriend and I doing it, all the vehicles we had, how much money we made. And I just thought it'd be very cool to share my experience with y'all. Maybe I can look into it, start getting you a little side hustle, making some extra money. I myself, we're looking into getting another vehicle and hopping back on the app to make us some more money, you know. And that's that, y'all. It's a very good experience. Check out my story time. You know, if you want to hear some of those stories, those horror stories about Turo, it wasn't many of them, but it was a couple. It was a couple story times, but I shared all of those. If you're interested, check it out. I think I will have it linked at the ending of this video. And how about I feel like I want to start vlogging. For those of you who support me, I really appreciate you checking out my video. Let me know down below, how do you feel about me starting to do like weekly vlogs or daily vlogs. I think I want to try and get into that. You know, the sit down thing, the sit down videos are working. They're very cool. They're very fun. I'm going to continue doing my story times and also my hauls because I really enjoy doing that. I got to do it for my plus size women, try on my clothes. I'm definitely not going to stop doing that. But if you guys are interested in maybe some vlogging from me, let me know down below how you feel about that. And those were my tips, suggestions, and the requirements on how to start hosting on Turo. I hope you're interested in that, guys. If you enjoyed my video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Like my video to help me grow, and leave a comment down below. And until next time, y'all, I'm out.